Hi, my dear students. How are you all? I hope everyone will be fine. In your IT subject, today we are going to discuss about Chapter 3 Creating Visual Communication. In this chapter, our main topic is photo editing. So, photo editing means you already know because in your smart mobile itself, you're already having lot of facility to edit your photos. So in this chapter, creating visual communication, that the same things today we are going to discuss. So how we are going to editing your photos. For all the photo editings, I just want to share you some key steps for editing your photos. So for every photos editing, so first step is crop your images and clean them up. And your second one, adjust white balance. And next, adjust exposure and contrast, and then adjust color vibrancy and saturation, and the next step is sharpen the images. So after that, if everything is okay for you, means you can finalize the image. So in this chapter, one by one, we'll discuss about the photo editing and that steps. First of all, you have to know why we want to edit the photos. So actually, basic photo editing is a technique. It's actually available in even simple editing program also. So why we want to do it means because it enhances your images to make them more powerful and beautiful. And this advanced editing software will offer these basic tools, will also allow you to do more editing that outside the scope of these articles. You don't have to do all of the basics editing steps on every images. You have to choose what the steps you have to do. First, we'll discuss about crop and clean up your images. So in this, 3 steps we'll have. So first we'll discuss about straighten images. So straighten images, you can see in this picture, it's always better to pay attention to be sure you're horizontal or horizontal when you shoot. But straightening is also an easy first editing step, and in this you can also crop the images. It's best to crop to improve our minor compositional details like distracting elements at the edge of the frame and also reposition of the subject slightly. Next step is adjust the white balance. So white balance, it relates to color levels, not exposure levels. You know that. If your image has an overall color tone that you find displeasing or unnatural, you can adjust white balance to fix it. So you have to note whether it is in a JPG file because it captures less digital data. Next, we will discuss about adjust exposure and contrast. First, we will see adjusting exposure. This is a process of making the photo exactly as a bright or dark as you want. And adjusting contrast means actually contrast is a range of dark to light tones. When it is extra high, you see a stark image where all tones regardless of color, either very dark or very light. When it is extra low, you see a flat image where no element in the frame stand out. So typically you want a middle contrast that avoids either of those extremes. But if you prefer either of these efforts, you can adjust the contrast to achieve that. So for this purpose, you can use a photo histogram also. Photo histogram means it's a graphical representation of a tonal range of photo. It helps to optimize a final exposure level during editing. You don't always need to look at histogram, but it can also be helpful when you shoot as a large amount of dark area or a large amount of light area. So histogram, it's mainly helpful for the when you shoot your photo on large amount of light area or large amount of dark area. So many editing programs includes it on the screen where you adjust the exposure, it making you easy to reference. A well exposed photo would give you a tone store the range from dark to light. So your goal is not always take photos with a histogram. So evenness of the lighting on the subject, it always determine. You can see here, when you have a spike on the left side of the histogram, it indicates your photo has a lot of darker tones. You can see in this picture, when you have a spike on the right side of the histogram, that indicates your photo has a lot of lighter tones. You can also highball exposure as you edit, but a histogram can be incredibly useful tool, especially if you get in a habit of looking at it regularly. Here an example, same two photos and the histograms after adjusting the exposure during editing. So histogram, it also useful when you are shooting photos. Next step is adjust color vibrancy and saturation. So in before step, you adjust the white balance. Once white balance is adjusted, you can further refine colors in your photos with the saturation and vibrancy control. So increasing vibrancy, increase color intensity in neutral color tones and maintain color intensity in the brighter colors. If you are increasing saturation, it make all the colors throughout the frame more intense. When bright colors pop, it can give the photo more dramatic look. Next step is adjust sharpness. Sharpening an image gives it a crisper, cleaner look. Many programs offer multiple sharpening tools. Begin by adjusting the overall amount of sharpness. So on a scale you can see 0 to 100. Start at 50%, then adjust the level up or down to get the sharpness you prefer. After you have done all of your editing, set your photos aside, then come back later and examine them to see if you are happy with each other. If not, make additional editing adjustments where needed. Then because RAW files are so large, you need to convert them to JPG form before you email, post or share or print. So JPG is very small when compared to RAW files. You should also save all of the final edited versions of images than the original images they came from. So you have to save all the editing version. My dear students, I hope you understand about the photo editing in creating visual communication chapter. So if you have any doubt, you just ask me and clear it. Thank you all of you.